We're going to talk for the next 40 minutes primarily on Emiratization. I think all of us have seen this has been quite a significant change over the last year, really, and it's impacted our businesses significantly. I think we're going to ask the panel to really kind of give you an overview of how have they dealt with Emiratization, how have they coped, and in some respects, how have they made it a real success? Because as leaders of business across the region, and for myself primarily in UAE and in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you know, for us, you know, we love being in this region, we love being in this country, and actually it's Emiratization and nationalisation is something that we all have to embrace. It's a very important concept, it's something that we have to embrace and we have to bring in the UAE, Emiratis into our workforce. And in our business in TASC Outsourcing, we've made it a real priority over the last 12 months. So let's kick off with the questions. We have a fantastic panel who cannot wait to share their knowledge and their experience of this topic. So we'll start with the first question. So my first question is to Salama and to Fahad. So the first question today is really, guys, so why in the F&B sector is it important for the Make It in the Emirates and the ICV initiatives, guys? So can you kick us off with the answer?
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for hosting me today, and I'm glad to be with you. The Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology launched its strategy for industry and advanced technology in 2021 by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and it aims to increase the contribution to GDP of the industrial sector from 133 billion to 300 billion by 2031. The ministry, through this strategy, identified 11 main sectors, and one of them for sure is the food and beverage. Through this strategy, we aim to increase the MVA, or the manufacturing value add of the food and beverage sector from 10 billion in 2018 to 30 billion by 2031. So we are talking here about triple this number. If we look today to UAE, we will find that we have more than 500 manufacturers working in the food and beverage. Their investment value exceeds 40 billion dirhams, which is a huge amount. And really, after what happened in COVID, I think it was a learning for every one of us that we need to secure ourselves from our need inside the country. This is why we are paying big attention for the food and beverage sector through Make It in the Emirates initiative and the in-country value. We're really looking to increase the market share of the food and beverage sector. We are looking really to have more competitiveness on the products which made here in UAE through this important sector. Also, we are looking to export more and more from the products which we are locally produced, and also to attract more investments inside this country through this important sector.
Okay, thank you. Fahad?
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much, Salama. I would say, looking at Almarai as a company where I've spent 18 years, and across the journey, we are a diversified company. So we have an agriculture sector, we have a manufacturing sector, supply chain. It's a totally vertically, I would say, integrated company. The nationalization projects in GCC has been for the last 10 years under the radar, and the focus is mainly driven by different factors. One is to reduce the unemployment rate in the countries, but the most important ones are not to look at the unemployment, but to localize and nationalize in each country of these GCC regions to transfer the know-how to the nationals. And why food and beverage in particular? Because it's one of the food sustainability pillars. Food security is important, and COVID was a life example that we have lived, and we noticed that, you know, each country had to depend on their own supply and cover that demand. From my experience, over the last 15 years, food technology hasn't been focused as a business sector where the educational institutes used to have such talent available in the market. The demand was very high, therefore food and beverage depended on the expats or the global experience more and more. Almarai has created different initiatives in order to create or cover that demand through launching training academies and nationalization programs, providing career progression, and so on. I'm sure I've got a lot to add, but I don't want to take the mic out of the colleagues.
That's okay. So I think there's some key points that are coming out there. The question, and guys, if you're in the audience and you want to ask a question, we want to do some Q&A today as well, because I think it'd be good to hear your views as well, and maybe some questions that you may have specifically for the panel. I'm going to just kind of go out of order a bit here. So this is to the entire panel. So my question here is, what are the primary obstacles that your organizations have encountered when you've tried to implement and have implemented localization industries in the F&B industry? And what kind of tactics or strategies have you used to overcome those problems? Who wants to go first? Suaad, do you like to go first?
Yeah. Thank you all, and I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to attend the food forum. And my name is Suaad Shammari. I work in Nestle. And I believe that there are challenges that food and beverages industry are facing when it comes to nationalization. And I will not call it obstacles, but I will call it challenges, because we can overcome it. The main challenge that I noticed from even my previous experience in private sector is the lack of awareness. There is a lack of awareness among the talented nationals when it comes to F&B industry. They don't know about this industry, what we are running, who we are, about the culture. So if we unlock this challenge and we go and meet the nationals in the universities, collaborate and partnership with the government entities, educate them, and tell them how we are running the business and about the investment and the attractive job opportunities that we have, then this will help us a lot in increasing the number of nationals, the high calibers in F&B. So I'll talk about the strategy of nationalization in Nestle, how we are progressing and how we are taking it as a roadmap. We are aligning ourselves to the government vision across the Gulf countries. So when it comes to nationalization, so we are going into marketing, we are going to the market and the labor market to approach the nationals, to talk to them, to educate them who are Nestle, what's our business, how is our culture, about the diversity that we have, what the attractive job opportunities that we have for them, and meet them and answer their inquiries, attending the awareness campaigns arranged by the country. For example, like last 2 days, there was a career exhibition took a place in Dubai called Ru'ya. It's a very big event, and it's a very good chance for employers, not only for the job seekers, the talented nationals, to meet with them face-to-face, interact, talk about our brand, you know, they interact with our staff. We had lots of visitors, we have lots of people asking, oh, Nestle, what's your brand? Is this your brand? So we increase the awareness by attending there, and they know that we exist to position ourselves. This is very important. Also, I would say part of the challenges is the resistance to change and fear of insecure in private sector. This is among all private sector, and we are a part of the private sector. So we need also to talk to them, to have a day in our organization, talk about the job opportunities. When it comes to resistance to change, they will be afraid of moving. They feel more secure in government entities. But they have to know that we are there, we are global, we're, yes, multinational, national, we have diversity, but we welcome on board in food and in F&B industry, any talented national who wants to develop and who wants to accept a challenge.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm from the United Kingdom, and actually the most sought after jobs for graduates when they leave university in the was really to work in FMCG, whether it be PepsiCo, Mars, Procter & Gamble, companies like we have sponsoring the event today. So, you know, those of you who represent those industries, you have a real chance to bring people on, because this industry is very attractive to people. It gives a great grounding, great business experience. Normally the people will rotate around the business, maybe do marketing, maybe do finance, maybe do operations. So it's a good opportunity for people. So these guys, these employers here really have a good chance to attract, you know, good nationals into those roles. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Yeah. Great opportunity.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also important for us in FMB to, when I say educate the local talents, is to let them know that FMB is not only factories. We have other business sectors and departments there, like you said, plus supply chain, plus admin, HR. There are lots of job opportunities there, but they need to be aware about it. That's it.
No, thank you. Salama, you want?
Yeah, I will take it from regulation side. As you know, the Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology playing big role as a regulator for the industrial sector, and the food and beverage is one of them. I think if we look for the meritization percentage today in the industrial sector overall here in UAE, we'll find it very low. And the same definitely is applicable for the food and beverage. We worked with our colleagues in NAFIS in 2021 on a study to measure how many Emiratis working in the industrial sector, and we found the percentage is extremely low. It's less than 1%. This has driven us to create a program, a customized program for the industrial sector, and we worked with our colleagues in the food and beverage to create a program and collaborate with their initiative, which known as Ishraq, to upskill and train the Emiratis to make them ready to join the industrial sector. Through our daily work, we meet usually with the manufacturers, and all the time, the first question we are asking them, what's the Emiratization percentage? And the percentage is extremely low with them, and the answers coming from their side, we are facing difficulties to get the right candidates or to have Emiratis to stay with us long time. This is the reason we created a program. We are calling it the Industrialist Program, برنامج مصنعين in Arabic. The Industrialist Program aim to upskill and train Emiratis and to bring those Emiratis after the training to fill positions within the manufacturers. We identified more than 500 jobs so far. We have more than 15 food and beverage manufacturers with us part of this program. And as Suaad, she mentioned that really we need to work together to change the mindset, to change and the way how we are thinking toward working first in the private sector and then working in the industrial sector. The reason we see because a lot of Emiratis, they feel that if they will go for the manufacturer, they will end up by working with machines, which is not true. I will give you one example. It happened to me in 2022. We went for a manufacturer. This manufacturer is for processing food. I will not say the name. I'm quite sure that they are attending with us today. So for years, I felt guilty whenever I see my kids eating hot dog, because we received very bad information about how they are producing the hot dog and how they are doing it and so on. When I went to the manufacturer, they showed me the process from A to Z. And I was so happy to see the process because it changed my thinking of this specific food. It changed my thinking about even the processing food. It changed my mentality on how to treat even my kids. So I went home that day and I allowed them to start eating the hot dog. So I think the same would be applicable for Emiratis, that we need to start changing their way of thinking in working either in the private sector or working in the industrial sector. So I hope to see more Emirati, and we did a second analysis this year to compare the numbers comparing to the first study, and we found that the number increased 3 times, alhamdulillah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to go to another question for you, Fahad. Okay, so can you give the audience some of the innovative ways that your business has supported the development of national talent in your business? Because I think you've got some good examples, haven't you?
I would say I have a variety of examples, but I will start with why we became so innovative. Today, the demand for nationals or locals in this region is higher than before. Why? We see a growth coming in every GCC country. Today, with the high demand, again, I will refer to the food and beverage or FMCG business sector as a sector. It's one of the toughest businesses where you can hire and attract locals. Why? For different reasons. One of it is they are mainly located in remote locations outside the cities, in industrial areas. Secondly, it is a 24/7 business operation. I mean, machines cannot stop, animals cannot, stop fed or milked. Therefore, it's not a business where you have a headquarter in the city or your branch in the city or your logistic hub is in the city. It is all challenges, and these are only 2 out of many challenges. Therefore, to overcome these challenges, we have to be innovative in a way where we attract people and retain them. To do this, we have automated one of our manufacturing sites from 220 employees down to 5 employees. That is a reduction in number. Would it lead to unemployment? No. The employees being redeployed to other departments, other jobs where it doesn't require. However, now we've been able to attract and hire qualified employees out of this young generation who are ready to run a work or a location or a factory in an automated way. With the digitization, automation, it is more attractive to locals. It is more attractive in terms of retention. It's a post-career progression, so that is one of the ideas that we have created in order to support. I'm sure there are plenty, and it doesn't mean innovative in creating the job environment or the structure of the work itself. But we come up with different ideas in order to retain locals. Locals requires career progression. They don't want to, especially young generation, they don't want to continue more than 2 years in a row. We created future leader programs where we hire fresh graduates and we take them in rotations through different jobs and locations. And we've got plenty to share as well.
Okay, thank you. Oh, very good. I think you're right. Just from my experience in our business, we have Emiratis in our business in UAE, and we have locals and Saudis in our business in Saudi. For me, we try not to have a differentiation. People are people. Whether you're a young person joining Emirati or a young person joining from another nationality, you need to have a path. People need to have a path, they need to have training, they need to be shown a way, they need to be engaged in the business. So how have you achieved that? How do you make someone feel when they join your company that actually, yeah, this is the place for me, and I really like working here. This is a great environment that I can see myself growing, because that's what we've got to provide for people. Yeah, that's what's going to make this a success.
Yeah, it's very important to feel engaged whenever you join an organization in any sector, definitely. So it's important to have a proper orientation program ready for the new joiners, where it will have where they're going to be, introduce them to the organization, explain to them about the culture of the organization. Most of the talent high calibers who join any FMCG industry, they are not aware about the culture. So in Nestle, because we are a multinational company, global company, we have a proper orientation for new joiners of nationals. We interact with them, we explain to them who we are, what's our culture, about the diversity, about the working environment. We place them in mentoring programs to interact with experienced professionals, to talk about their experience, to support and guide the nationals and pass their knowledge to them. Also, we identify the talents and we put them, we create and design for them a career path, so they will know after X number of years where they're gonna be and where they will end and what's required from their side. And we don't go and do it for them, it's like a given. No. We, in Nestle, we believe that it's the individual accountability to create to participate in creating his career path and to design and to decide where he wants to be. So we involve them, we have an inspiration and consultation sessions with them. We give them a case study, you know, to have a proper on-job training in different departments, visit our factories while they are staff. Also to increase their awareness, you know, it's very important to understand where they stand and where and whom they are working with. So I believe this is very important also to to collaborate with the candidates and let them involve in building their career path and where they want to be.
Okay. Okay, so let's get into data now. So this is really to Fahad and Suaad. What are the key kind of indicators that you use to see how effective you are being in the nationalisation programs? What do you look at to see, you know, how are you performing as an organisation?
How we measure the success in nationalisation?
Yes.
You refer to your analysis, of course, your retention report, how many have you returned, you know, how retained within the organization. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many you have returned in the internally, yeah? In the organization, number of talents in your talent pool, successors, you know, the amount that you are investing in development programs. You measure the number of attrition. The number of leavers decreased or not. Then you know that you have a proper roadmap and you are working towards the overall common target of increasing the number of nationals in your organization. And in Nestle, we don't look at it as a government quota. We look at it as a belief, as we are aligning and supporting the vision. And we want a diversity, you know. We have multinationals, but we have to have also nationals within the organization, because it's the place where we are running our business. And they are familiar with their tradition and what the country needs. So yeah, this is how we are measuring it from the numbers.
Well, I would say thank you for bringing that point. By the way, we support diversity. We have in the company 62 nationalities working in our company, which is something we are proud of. Nationalization or localization program doesn't mean we will reach 100%. No, we need everybody there. KPIs, which everybody knows in the market, attrition analysis, how many people you lost, satisfaction surveys, can give you general information. However, I have a KPI that I started measuring over the last couple of years. One of it is in attrition, we dropped our turnover percentage from 2-digit to a 1-digit since 15 years. So last year was a very successful year for us. That is an indicator that we've done something very well in order to retain and keep employees, including locals. It was the first impression. First impression is the lasting impression. When they come and find out that you have a proper work environment where you provide flexibility, there are clear transparency, clear communication, cascaded, top-down. I think this is what makes retention. But the only factor that I use myself personally, and it's not a KPI that I share in the organization, the number of employees who left the company and returned are in hundreds. So they did not find the grass greener on the other side. That means we have a clear retention programs that we need to enhance and keep enhancing and improving. I would say this is something, I don't know, probably no one in the market is measuring, but I can obviously see it in our organization.
I think that's really interesting. I think the conversation is important that it moves on from quotas and targets, right? Because that's what we have here in UAE. But actually the conversation as business, we have to move away from just focusing on the quota. You have to think about a more holistic view of what is your talent management, how are you going to attract people, and also, you know, what's the diversity of your organization? You know, you're in the UAE or you're in the GCC or in Saudi. You have to think about what's your diversity, what do you want it to be, and you have to make sure that it matches. For me, for us in my business, is we have to match our customer base as well, right? We have to make sure that our people facing our customers, you know, we have a good, diverse group of people. So it's really important. If I come to next question, so how this is to everybody in the panel, is how can we accelerate the nationalisation across the F&B industry? How can we accelerate it? So how can we make it, you know, ultimately have more nationals working in this industry?
Am I talking a lot, or it's okay? I can answer?
Not too long.
Not too long. Okay. I would like to share a few points of how we can accelerate and measure the success of, to ensure the success of nationalization in FMCG. We need to do a few things as a common, yeah? First, we need to partnership with universities, with government entities. For example, in UAE, NAFES, there are lots of initiatives that the country are offering for all sectors that we can align ourselves with. We need to have awareness, to participate in the awareness campaigns like the career exhibitions, to design a dedicated development and learning program for nationals within our organization, a journey, 1 or 2 years journey. We can measure even the success through monitoring how we are performing within the organization, through introducing, for example, a nationalization satisfaction survey. And not only to get the result and keep it, but also to share it, to be transparent, to go back to the nationals, that we hear you. And this is the outcome of the survey, and this is what we are working on for you. We need also, and the major element that will help us all in FMCG, from my opinion, to succeed in nationalization, is to collaborate together. We need to come together as one. Yes, to work individual, but we share the best practice, to share the ideas, to meet regularly, you know, engage together, to go as one, to elevate ourselves as an employer of choice among other private sectors. I think this is very important to unlock the awareness and the doors, and increase the awareness among the nationals, and us to come together and work and align our efforts together. This is very important, and I will leave it for my colleagues to add more.
If you allow me, Richard, and that probably comment is for Salama as well. Being a regulatory body in the government, I think one of the most important measures here is what we did. So, I would welcome our guest today. Can we continue? Thank you so much. Well, I wouldn't say we haven't been successful, but the reason we reach to where we are today is because we work hand in hand at the beginning with the regulatory bodies, with the Ministry of Human Resources, in setting up the standards, procedures, KPIs, policies. Without our involvement as a private sector who are based in the field, you know, that wouldn't help. It goes forth and back. When the government set policies which is not achievable, or the business has a different views over, that doesn't help in achieving those targets. But one of the important ones is how to increase. We did something along with the government, which is moving from a quantitative nationalization programs, percentage targets, or I would say localization targets, to a qualitative one. Qualitative in a sense where there are job professions, job locations, where it is more attractive to locals, where there are available talent pool in the market, and therefore it ends up to an acceleration, an increase of percentage, and a retention as well. Today we reach nearly 30% localization in KSA, being the largest, and this is the highest percentage we reach since few years. Why? Because of such programs that we've implemented together. Again, the satisfaction surveys that we did led to understanding what sort of culture we have to create, how to look at the pain points, and what initiatives we have to do. And I think we are still at the beginnings of our changes. There are plenty and more to do. With the young generation, today's generation are not looking for, in fact, an increase in pay, but they're looking at the right culture, the right career progression, the automation and digitization, and this is what attracts and retains them more.
No, I think that's really true. I think in our business, when we are recruiting Emiratis for our clients, there's one question. We are very lucky. We do a lot of work with Etisalat, and we have close relationship with some of their senior leaders. And one of the things that we discussed with them is many candidates, Emirati candidates, actually ask themselves the question: would they be proud working for this company? And I think for everybody in the audience, if you're employing anybody, and particularly nationals in whatever country, KSA or in UAE, you have to ask yourself, the candidate will ask that question, will they feel proud working for you? And I think that's a really important thing to think about, because that's the nature of the people that we're trying to recruit, we're trying to give good jobs to, train and educate.
Yeah, I wanted to add to what you're saying, that not only ask them if they are proud, you need to engage your current talent nationals within your organization to be your ambassador, to go and talk in universities, to talk to their colleagues. Believe me, it makes difference when I approach a stand or someone approach me from UAE, a national, and then I will feel free to ask them. So when they come and talk, they will talk about their experience, they will share their success story, they will share how they succeeded and how they are developed and their value as an asset within the organization. So and by doing that, engaging our current staff will help us also to make them feel valuable and they have a value, and give them also the responsibility as our ambassador to go and talk in government conferences and career exhibitions, to approach the universities and call and talk to their sisters and brothers of nationals about their experience in FMCG. So it's all about communication and interaction with the nationals and increase their awareness. As I've been saying since the beginning, it's to increase the awareness about what is food and beverages sector and the job opportunities in it for them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Has anyone in the audience got any question they want to ask? Is there any questions from the audience? This gentleman here, do we have a microphone, please? Do we have a mic? This gentleman here. Thank you, sir.
Saad Al-Utaybi, very interesting topic. I have a question which is really emerging and important to the panelists. How did you see, by the way, how did you see national roles of origin, which is emerging now when it comes to GCC originated product, as part of the equation of having an origin report or value added when it comes to custom duties and exemption and so on. So how did you see this? Do you see it as a motive for company to speed up the process now for nationalization, especially in certain countries here?
Okay. Does anyone who wants to answer? Fahad, do you want to? Did you get the question?
Well, I didn't get the question.
I think the gentleman was asking, should we accelerate the rate of nationalization? Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yeah, because and just to make it clear for the panelists, like for example, in certain countries now, they came up with the national rules of origin when it comes to GCC originated product, because in order to raise or to have origin report as part of the equation for value added, result for the locally or GCC produced product, in order to get a duty exemption, you need to have a certain percentage for local nationalization as part of origin report.
Okay.
So it's became now mandate, and it's really part of value added calculation in order to get a duty exemption for the GCC originated products.
Yeah, I would answer this question. I know exactly what you mean, to consider the product as local or made in GCC. They want to link it to the localization. How I see it, here in UAE, we are very open, and we would like to keep the country all the time open for all the investors to come. We are taking steps toward the Emiratization, and the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization started with mandating the 2% in 2022 till it go to 2026, inshallah, and we will reach 10%. So the localization or the Emiratization here, we are taking it gradually. This proposal, I think it will take time from us. Also, from another angle, if we consider the percentage, for example, we cannot treat equally the percentage between the countries when it comes to localization. For example, if 10% in UAE will not be equivalent to 10% in another GCC country. For that, I think the approach which we are taking by taking gradually the Emiratization till 2026 will help us to increase the number of locals in the industry, but really we want to balance it between our localization mandates and also how we want our country to be more open to the investments.
Okay, thank you. We have another question here, this gentleman here.
Thank you. My name is Saleh Jafar. I'm the CEO of ESG MENA, the first ESG knowledge hub. As you know, we're weeks away from COP28. What about what we are facing is a scarcity in ESG and sustainability literacy. What are you doing in this regard among nationals? Sustainability and ESG literacy.
Okay, has anyone got an answer there?
Yeah. Again, because I'm on the regulation side, so we are working in decarbonization policy for the industrial sector, and this will be part of the announcement during COP28. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think we're out of time. We're being pulled off. I'd like to say thank you to the panel for some fantastic answers, guys. Thank you so much. Really, really good answers. So thanks so much for the debate. Thank you.